What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up? What up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We all in here? Hey, listen, man, we getting straight to it tonight. I'm about to bring my brother on, but I'm gonna just tell you this, man. I'm kind of pissed off. You know, every time around this year I get pissed off. And that's not a bad word. If it is, I'm sorry. Put the kids to bed. excuse me for saying that. But I get pissed off a bit. You know why? It's draft day. You know what I'm saying? It's draft day. And I remember about, 13, I'm getting my age, about 13 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that, 15 years ago. I remember on draft day, I thought I was going to get drafted. My name never got called. And I'll never forget that feeling. I'll never forget it. I remember sitting in my house, smiling for the camera, but down behind the scenes, waiting for my name to get called. My name never got called. I remember my mom, like it was yesterday. She came to my room and said, "Baby, you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." That was the first moment I felt in my life that I wasn't good enough. And I promised myself in that moment, right? The NFL didn't work out for me. Obviously, that God had bigger reasons for me. But I promised myself that day, all right? That day, I promised myself that I'm going to make sure I get the most out of my life. I'm going to make sure that every single team, they ain't even thinking about me, by the way, but in my mind, I'm going to make sure every team, right, they regret that. They regret that. I'm saying, I'm going to make sure those teams bring me in to speak, period. And I made a decision with my life to get the most out of my life because that stuff hurt at that moment. And a lot of us, it ain't about people calling your name when God has your name already called. But some of us, man, when we don't get our name called in certain things in life, like don't take that out of context. But some of us, we don't get our name called, our failure shows up, or what we doing doesn't happen on our timing, or, somebody walks out of our life, we quit. And I had a choice in that moment just to give up when the NFL was over. But I said, I'm going to make sure that this ain't going to be the last chapter of my life. All right? I made sure that this wasn't going to be the last chapter of my life. And some of us, where we're at right now, and I know this might hit you in the heart, but some of us, we are stuck on a chapter. We're stuck on a chapter of pain. We stuck on a chapter of hurt, and I feel you, man. I know it's not easy to get out of that, but you stuck there. You stuck in that chapter. And that's going to be the rest of your story until tonight. Because tonight you're going to make a choice. You're a choice away from a new beginning, a commitment away from a new life. That's what being a rare breed is all about, man. And so I decided at some point in my journey, I said, you know what? This is going to be a part of my story. But people going to see a new chapter. People going to see a new beginning. And I decided not to make that my identity, but a part of my story. All right? So I'm about to bring my brother on. We about to go in, man. We're going to talk about some things that you need to listen to. And it might make you a little bit uncomfortable, but the last time I checked, outside your comfort zone is where change takes place. This live ain't for everybody. So if you don't got that mindset, if you got the mindset of blame and complain, you got the mindset of not taking accountability for your life, any of that, this live ain't for you. You can get off right now. Go to somebody else's live that's going to make you feel good about doing nothing. It ain't about to happen here because we have to make sure, not just for ourselves, but there's so many people in our ecosystem of our life, people that you don't even know that's waiting on you to step into the greatest you. Just imagine if I would have just quit. If I would have said, "Oh, my life is over now, no more football, who am I?" Just imagine, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today. I know we all got that story. It might not be football for you. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe somebody fired you. Maybe COVID happened. Whatever. Is that going to be your story for the rest of your life? Or are you going to do something about it? So we about to talk, man. We about to talk about putting some action. All right, about staying committed. About falling in love with progression. We about to talk. Let me bring my brother on right quick, man. We about to go. We won't be on here long. So y'all just get locked in. All right, go share this with somebody right now. There we go.
My dude.
What's up, bro, man?
Bro, you hype, dog. You hype.
Bro.
You getting me too. You gonna wake up my babies getting so crump.
Hey, we waking up the babies tonight, man. Waking up the babies tonight, bro. Man.
I'm about to go out to my garage just so I could get this hype.
Bro, you see where I'm at?
I know. I see it's in the dungeon, bro. That's where all the magic happens, dog.
Absolutely, bro, man. Let's just go in, bro. Like, and I'm gonna give it to you, man. Let's just go in and let's just talk for 10 or 15 minutes, man. Obviously about being a rare breed, but one of the things that me and you really identify with, bro, is this saying right here. It's fall in love with progression, not perfection.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many people in this world that never freaking start. They never start. right? They got all the goals in the world, but goals just stay goals. They put no progression in. I'm gonna say this and people get mad. We live in this manifest culture right now. And I'm all about it, bro. I'm all about thinking it, praying about it, doing all that. But it ain't gonna manifest if your butt ain't putting in the work, in the action. So I just want you to talk about that and how you feel about that, bro.
Man, bro, number one, progression over perfection. If there's not a more truer statement than that, you got to let me know what it is. And you already know what I'm going to say. Everybody knows about, well, actually, I'm going to talk about the phrase fire, aim, ready. You know, and I'm going to tell you this right now. You will never, ever truly be ready to go out and be the greatest version of yourself. You just have to take action. And what I mean by that phrase is everybody knows about the phrase ready, aim, fire, right? That's the phrase. And everybody kind of walks around and thinking, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to make the move. I'm going to start working out. Or next month, that's when I'm actually going to apply for X job. Or I'm actually going to try out for X team or whatever it is. And the reality is you are never, ever pre-qualified for success. You know, you qualify yourself with success by just putting in the work. And that's why they have it backwards. It's not ready, aim, fire. It's you have to fire first. You have to fire first. And once you do that, suddenly your aim starts to get a little bit sharper. You start to hit that cue just a little bit more. Your eyes get a little bit more focused on the target. And then you become ready. And then you become this different version of yourself that's just a different type of specimen, where you are that rare breed. You are the elite of the elite. And it's because you fired first. It's just like when you said your first speech, speaking in front of other people. I remember you telling me that. That was not your pocket, but there was something bigger inside of you. There was something that you knew you were called for, where you decided to speak in front of that church, in front of 10,000 people, when you were in your darkest place. And you fired first. You put up that first YouTube video when nobody else was watching, when nobody else was on YouTube really trying to breathe life into people's hearts like you. But you fired first. And over time, video after video, rep after rep, you writing down all of your speeches when nobody else was in there but you suddenly became ready to be one of the greatest motivational speakers of our generation. You know, and here's the thing, and I'm going to say this. When people realize all these successful people who have changed the world bleed the same way we do. And when you realize,
bro, say it again.
When you realize that all the people who've been building these incredible companies that are world-class athletes, that are life-changing artists, whether they're singers, musicians, and it doesn't even have to be about being famous, but they made a dent in the universe. When you accept the fact that they bleed the same way you do, but they just went out on a limb and jumped, and they fired first. That's when the real change happens. And I was in a tough place getting into this live, and hearing you speak, man, you touched my soul. You lifted me up. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I just want people to take action, because I'm going to say this last thing, because we're both faith-driven men. And you talked about the power of manifestation. Remember this: a ton of prayer means absolutely nothing without an ounce of obedience.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, bro.
So you can pray all you want. You are not, if you don't meet him more than halfway, man, you're going to be sitting there complaining for a long ass time.
Bro, oh man. Hey, y'all, share this right now, by the way. Share this right now, by the way. If you know somebody that needs to hear this message right now in your life, don't be selfish. Go press share. Everybody on here, some 1,300 people. Find one person in your DM and share this message, bro. 1,010%. 1,010%. This is crazy, bro. My fan keep turning on by itself. I'm like, you making it hot in here, bro. You bringing that fire. So 1,010%, man, because we all know the power of prayer. Like I said, we all know the power of vision, but there's a lot of great visionaries, bro, that never became legendary. And the reason I say that, because it don't matter how great the vision is if you're not willing to put in the work. And especially from a faith standpoint, I always say, if you truly believe in what you're praying for, your actions will reflect that. If you truly believe in the power of God, then you take that step and you trust that God is going to lay the ground under your foot as you take that step, even if that ground isn't there. That's what true faith is. And people, don't want to hear that, bro, because we want to put all our responsibility into everybody else's hands, right? We want to blame and we want to complain. And so to everybody on here right now, just do a self-check. This might make you uncomfortable, okay? It might make you feel a certain type of way. But don't just get caught in your feelings. Start thinking about, do a self-check, because some of us, Jay, as you were saying, they say in football, when we used to play a team that we were going to get whooped by, they put their pants on the same as you. They do this, they do that. And it's true. And it's true. But the problem is, bro, so many people, especially in the culture that we live in, the perfection filter culture where everybody's showing their highlights, people are afraid to fail publicly. People are afraid to be embarrassed. You talk about that first speech. People don't know that I froze up in front of 3,000 kids, but I was willing to freeze up in order to go accomplish my mission. Because as you said, bro, when the picture is big enough, when the mission is great enough, when the vision is great enough, when the goal is great enough, the fear, the embarrassment, the failure will never be strong enough. You're willing to go through all that to get to that thing. It's like, bro, and I don't even have to ask you this because I already know your mindset. But let's just say, man, you were afraid of water, right? Which I know you're not. But say you're afraid of water. Let's say you're afraid of sharks. Maybe you're afraid of sharks. I don't know. But say you're afraid of sharks. And on the other side, it was an island. And you're on one side of the island. It's shark infested, right? Water's right in front of you. On the other side of the island were your kids, right? Salmo, Mateo, and your family over there on the other side of the island. And they needed you to get on the other side of the island. What would you do?
I'd jump in head first, man.
Head first?
Head first. Yeah, not even thinking about it, because the purpose is too deep. The why is too strong. You know what I mean? Like, when the why is so strong, you can endure anyhow. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter what's coming. You already know what we would do for our children. You already know what we would do for our community, for our families. And that's what it comes down to. Like, if people don't, when you don't do anything, your why, your purpose, it ain't deep enough. And you're not really being honest enough with yourself to the ugly truth. People always want to cover something up with a pretty lie. And I'm around that type of energy all the time. I got to tell my clients just what the real TikTok is, when it comes to, you're not ready yet. Like, you don't want it enough. Like, you don't have a deep enough purpose that's really driving you. I got to share this, right? I had a friend of mine, and I'm going to be so real with it. Alcoholic. And he's in a place where he was actually a diabetic. So, believe it or not, a family member of his is a physician, and told him, man, I just want you to know that if you're on this path, you're my family member. I'm not even going to say what family member it is. It's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to see you in the next couple of years with where you're at in my life. I mean, with where you're at in your life. And I don't want to lose you. Man, I'm coaching this man. And in a month, this person completely flipped his mindset, lost 15 pounds, and is now mentoring young kids on how to prevent themselves from making the mistakes than he is. And it's because his why flipped. Like, hearing his family member look at him in the whites of his eyes and say, I don't want to lose you. I need you. Made him actually say, you know what? I deserve more than this. My love for my family and the people around me, they deserve more than this. And now he's taken full control of his life. So what changed? Nothing changed from before that conversation and after the conversation, except his purpose. That's it. And this dude shows up to the gym. I'll tell you this. I show up to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. This man was outside doing push-ups at 4:15. That's when I knew. Because I got the key to the facility. That's when I knew it changed. So, man, you 1,000%, man. I don't think these people are ready.
Nah, bro. And you hit that with them with the truth. Like sometimes you aren't ready. You know what I'm saying? And I want to back up, bro, to just firing away. Like how important that is by just putting out the blog, by just putting out the video, by just putting out the idea, by just putting it out. You know, like let's just be real. Like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
And we talk about this a lot, bro. Like, what is it costing you? Right? Some people say, man, well if I do this, then people gonna talk about me online. People gonna judge you. Don't you know people are judging you anyway?
100%.
You ain't doing nothing. People judging you for not doing nothing. Period. But when you flip your mindset and your perspective, what about the people that need you to show up?
Man.
Like, that's a bigger cost. If we talking about costing, you know, that's a bigger cost. And I just think about that, bro. And I know you're the same way. Like, I just imagine, bro, it gives me chills, especially tonight. The draft is on, and I always get in my zone with this, bro. I just imagine if I would have never started.
Yeah.
If I would have never started, how much it would have not just cost me, but just cost the world. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the purpose that God has led us to do, bro. So, like,
I'm
about that for a second, man.
Everybody talks about fear. One of the cornerstones of you being a great leader and a great coach is how you help people with fear. I'm gonna tell everybody right now, there's one fear that everybody should have on this live, and it's the fear of staying the same. Like if you can sit there and think about, if you're unhappy with your life, if you are completely unhappy in your relationship, in the body that you're in right now, when you look in the mirror, when you are walking into work and you have zero motivation to do what you have to do for the next 8 to 10 hours, think about what it would feel like if a year from now you are doing and feeling the same way. That's the fear that you should have. And you need to work with a healthy paranoia that you will never feel that way again. You have to literally do every little thing to not feel like you have to repeat that same type of feeling of just unfulfillment at your job, that lack of happiness in your relationship, looking in the mirror, not being happy with what you see physically. You know, like those are things that you should really fear. And the thing is, you got control to change it. You actually have control to change it. And people don't want to take that control. They don't want to face that. And that's why I get so passionate when it's like the people that I coach, and I know you feel it. Why do I want you to be happy more than you? Like, why am I showing up early to help you, and you won't even show up on time and give me all that you got? Like, man, I could go on fear forever, bro. I on fear. But remember that there's one fear everybody should have in this entire world, and it's the fear to stay the same. Imagine if everybody operated like that in their life. The world would be completely different. I'll tell you that. There'd be too much greatness in the world. This planet would be like, it wouldn't even make sense. It wouldn't even make sense what this planet would be like. But I guess that's what makes people a rare breed. And unfortunately, those are people who are not quite there yet. And it's just a matter of time before they figure it out. And I hope it's not too late when they do.
I'm going to just let that breathe for a minute, bro. I'm going to let that breathe in everybody's soul, bro, because you impacting tonight, bro, like you do every night. And guys, this is a part of Rare Breed Academy, man. Like rarebreedacademy.com. You see people in the comments, man, this stuff is real. And you see what we do. I'm just gonna say it. You ain't gonna find coaches. Well, you might find them, but I can tell you right now, how we care and how we show up and who we are, it's just amazing. The community is amazing. All of that, man. So I've seen people say I'm ready for May 10th. Go to rarebreedacademy.com. Everybody that's on here, man, and invest in your life. Period. Invest in your life. And I want to say this, bro. Like, you hit the nail on the head, man. You know, in my life and my decision, and so many people we coach and clients we talk to, bro, this is the mover for them. I asked them, I said, like, do you want to die unhappy?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to die? Like, you know what this feels like. Do you want to, I don't want to say endure this, but do you want to suffer from this the rest of your life? So I tell people all the time, man, even when I don't know where I'm going necessarily, I know where I'm not staying. I know where I'm not going back to, right? I know what that feels like. I know what procrastination feels like. I know what lack of discipline feels like. Yep. I know what blaming everybody else feels like. I know what pain feels like in a negative way. I'm not going back to that. I refuse to go back to that. And if I'm currently not happy about where I am right now, I got to say, you know what? I will take the chances to move into the unknown and stay in a place that's known. And that's the truth. So many people on this live, and listen, people probably going to drop off and get mad, be in my inbox. Listen, the truth hurts, but it always helps.
Yeah.
We're going to find reasons to say, but that's easier said than done. Find an excuse. And the reality is your situation is not going to change. Jay just preached this. You're a choice. Think about this, guys. A choice. A choice away from a new beginning and a commitment away from a new life. A choice away. Bro, before we get off of here tonight, man, because we go over 3 hours, bro.
You ain't lying.
Before we get off of here tonight, I want you to talk about just being a rare breed, bro, in a Rare Breed Academy and what we got going on and why we so passionate. Like, you can't fake passion.
Yeah.
You can't. And just talk about it, bro.
Man, I'm going to just tell people what Rare Breed stands for off the top. You know what I mean? Like, number one, everybody on this live has a rare breed inside of them. When you see these levels, because there's levels to this game, right? Like, you see people who are operating in a place of happiness, fulfillment, and excellence. There is nothing different between the way you bleed and the way that person bleeds. So I'm going to tell everybody right now, you got the rare breed inside of you. Whether you're tapping into that person is a completely different question. So this is what Rare Breed stands for. The R stands for research and redefine. People do not really know who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they're capable of. And they don't know really how they are destroying their life. They don't research it enough. They don't look at it enough. And they need to redefine the way they look at their relationship, at what they eat, at how they work, at their habits, at how they manage their time, how they manage their energy. When you start to redefine those things, right off the bat, your mentality is going to change. The A, act and apply. Everything is about action. Once you really know who you are and start to redefine and look at the world through a different lens and start acting accordingly, you just start walking with a different swag. And then, of course, the second R comes down to review and recalibrate. In life, bro, in this life, everything gets chaotic. People got kids, you got COVID, you got all these different things, right? But if you do not review constantly and recalibrate your plan and make adjustments and adapt to this crazy world we live in, you will get lost. You will get lost just like everybody else. That's why people can't stay committed, because when they get hit in the mouth, they don't really review where they're at and make adjustments. And then finally the E is execute. Rare breeds finish. It don't matter how you finish, but they execute. It may not be perfect, but it gets done. And over time, when you do that, you execute and you evolve. You evolve as a human being. You evolve as a parent, as a leader, as a servant of Christ. Whatever it is, you evolve. And that's what a rare breed is. So a rare breed is somebody who's ready to take full ownership of where they're at, the good, the bad, and the disturbingly ugly, and accept it for what it is and start to change it. That's what a rare breed is, off top. So if you're ready, if you're about that life, if you're about that GOAT life, that greatest of all time life, your greatest of all time. This ain't about you comparing you to all these, comparing yourself to the Trents who got millions of followers. This is about you comparing yourself to who you were yesterday and seeing if you got a little bit better. That's it. That's it. You talk about the bridge analogy. I'm going to tell you this real quick. You talked about that shark analogy with me, right? If my kids were on the other side and there were shark infested waters, I'm gonna give you another analogy. Imagine two cliffs that are about 100,000 miles away from each other. The current version of yourself is on one side looking over the cliff, and the greatest version of yourself is on the other side of that cliff. But the truth is, to get to that other side, you don't just have to walk across the bridge. You got to build it. You got to build every panel of that bridge and step over it. And the minute people start building that bridge and they just go about 5 or 6 feet, it start feeling shaky, they go back to the other side. So if you're ready to meet the greatest you on that other side of that cliff, be ready to build the bridge. Piece by piece by piece. And even when you're halfway there, you're going to have to figure out what happens when that bridge starts to collapse. And you only got so much time to build another panel to make sure you can get to the other side. And that's the truth. I know I'm building that bridge every freaking day.
I'm just going to let that breathe, bro. I'm going to let that breathe. I'm going to let that sizzle in people's spirits, man. Now I'm just going to ask people this question. Just how you going to respond? How you going to respond?
And the thing, bro, I'm going to say this for the people watching. Y'all don't even know. Yeah, a lot of people here who have followed Trent forever, and I don't even have to gas my boy up because we've been so close for a minute. Man, you got a coach who really riding for you, and me as well. Trent will call you. I call you. Ask the people on here because we got some rare breeds that are actually on here that I know Trent called just the other day because I called them to check on them. So, I mean, if y'all try to find some other coaches who care like that, who bleed like that passion that Trent got that you see in the videos, all that's real. Me yelling while my baby's right there asleep is because I got too much fire. I got too much fire in me to let it go.
We live it, breathe it, be it, bro. Like that's it, man. Like I don't know what else people could want. Like I'm gonna say it. I don't know if there's gonna be a realer message on Instagram tonight. Maybe month. And I don't like to toot our horns, bro. Y'all know me, humble as they come. We are both as humble, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Like we walk not in perfection, but we walk in excellence. We walk in progression, man. And just as bad as we want it for y'all have to want it for yourself, but we want it for our own damn selves too. So we ain't just preaching it, we practicing it. You know what I'm saying? As best as we can. Bro, while we got time, because I see her on here, I'm going to bring a rare breed up, man. I'm going to bring a rare breed up tonight. Vanessa, real quick. And I'm going to just have her share just for a little bit, man, because maybe they need to hear from somebody else.
Please.
You know, maybe they need to hear from a rare breed. So, Vanessa, I'm about to bring you up. Hopefully she can come on. I just sent a request to you.
Bet. I'm hyped, man. I was chopping up with V just yesterday.
For sure. I might have to do that thing again where I bring her up, bring you back. Yeah, do that. I'll bring you back on.
Bet.
All right, bro. Y'all stay on, man. Share. Go ahead and press share with somebody. Don't be stingy with the inspiration. Don't be stingy with the inspiration. Go ahead and share it with somebody. I know you know somebody that'll jump on right now. It's 1100. There she is. What's up?
What's up? You just made me have to go out to my garage.
It's all good, man. Let me
We
bring
have
Jay.
babies sleeping. Wow.
Well, we appreciate you for doing that and taking time.
Yeah.
Let me find Jay. As I'm bringing him up, just talk about whatever's on your heart, right? We ain't prep you for this, anything. So whatever's on your heart, just speak it real quick.
Yeah. I mean, when I started Rare Breed Academy, I was talking to Jay the other day. I was at my lowest. I've never been at a lower place. And I don't know where it came from. It was, hi, Jay. I don't know where it
Right.
came from. I don't know, why I was feeling that way. But I remember, Trent, I was watching your live and you had someone on and you were talking about investing in yourself. And I remember, I think I told Jay this, I had budgeted like $200 for a TV because my ex took everything and I needed a TV. I thought I needed a TV. And then I'm listening to your live and I'm like, do I need that? Do I really need that? Or do I need to invest in myself right now and start building that bridge and start getting to that, hold on, there we go. Start getting to the best version of myself. And I literally that night went and signed up for the program, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life, like life changing. And just listening to you guys, everything you say is the truth. You guys really ride with us. The community that you set us up with. I mean, I've never become closer with people that I don't know, as fast as I did. I still talk to them today. Me and Alicia were texting earlier. Like, it's a family. Like, we look out for each other. Like, the support that you get, it's wild how fast, we all kind of evolved and got each other to that other side. It's just been amazing. So,
Let,
Man,
let, let me ask you this, Vanessa, real quick. So
yeah.
you talked about community, and I'm not sure, what community, what environment you had in your life beforehand, but just touch on that a little bit more. Like, because people can know me and Jay, right? Know what we bring, but I think the magic sauce of this whole thing is the community. I mean, how y'all show up for each other, how y'all show up for us. Just touch on that a little bit more. Like, how has that helped you change by having like mindset? I always say mindsets are contagious, and so how does that help you in your journey having like mindsets that push you forward?
Yeah, I'm out here in Florida right now with my sister, and I was saying, like, we didn't talk as like a family. We were kind of taught to keep our feelings to ourselves growing up. We were supposed to be strong. We held it together all the time. In this group though, like on our Facebook page and just like in private messages and things like that, I found a way to just be vulnerable and to share my story in a different way. And I found these people connected with me because they would go through the same things, and or they had gone through the same things, like finding an accountability partner who had been working on her mental health for 2 years, where I was working on my physical health for 2 years, and we became each other's partner. I think she's on here right now. We became each other's partner because she could help me through that journey that I was on, and I helped her through, the fitness part of it, and just became friends that way. Anytime I had an issue or anytime anyone had an issue, we could bring it to the group and just throw it out there. Instantly 20 different people responding, like, I got you, like, here's prayers, here's support, here's encouragement, here's some tips, whatever anyone ever needed. We were just there for each other for no reason other than the fact that we were all like in a common place, just trying to get to the best versions of ourselves. And that's just the most beautiful thing I've ever felt, with a group of strangers before. And, like I said, so quickly just became family. It was amazing.
man. Well, I just got to say this. I want to give V insane props, right? Because she's a rare breed in every sense of the word. And the fact that it's about sacrifice, I mean, for her to ask that question, do I really need a TV? Is it really essential? Or right now, is my personal growth what I really need to focus on? Those are the hard hitting questions that people run away from, that they don't want to ask, and they certainly don't want to put in the sacrifice to give up, whether it's TV, whether it's food, whether it's anything that makes you feel comfortable. And the fact that you did that off the bat, that alone makes you special. The second
Hmm.
thing is it's vulnerability. You know, the fact that Vanessa was willing to share her battle with anxiety and the mental health and open herself up and really go all in on the program and lean on people and ask for help when she needed to. That was what changed things, period. You know, it really had nothing to do necessarily with Trent and myself. We gave her a platform, we gave her a blueprint, but she's the one who made all the greatness come out of it. So anybody who does the program, you're looking at the prototype with V, who actually took that baton and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that just because you pay for the program, the magic happens. That's
Yeah,
not. You got to go
no,
all the way through and finish and
yeah,
finish. And
Right.
V still doing it. You know?
Yep.
we got
Yep.
people. That's crazy.
Oh, I just love you guys so much. It's been life changing. I'm telling you, I'm doing it again. It's everyone's Christmas present this year. I can't say enough good things about it. That's it.
Well,
Man.
we appreciate you, V, man. Like Jay said, man, thanks for being a rare breed. Thanks for being an example. And thanks
Yeah.
for you. And I want to thank you, as we want to thank you for just doing it, man, for actually taking action in your life, because application creates transformation. And as you see people on this, I don't know if you're watching the chat, but you see so
No.
many people cheering you on and help them. Just know, man, as we help ourselves, we super proud of you.
Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Back at you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bro, any parting words, man? I want to end with a prayer, man. But before we do that, bro, like any parting words for anybody on here, man? Just whatever's on your heart, brother.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. There's an African proverb that I honestly read all the time, and the proverb, the quote goes like this: If you defeat the enemy within, no enemy on the outside can harm you. And I want everybody to know, as human beings, it don't matter what level of success you have. You can be a world-renowned motivational speaker like Trent. You could be a superstar athlete, or you could be homeless and be addicted to drugs, whatever it is. We all have the same fears. You know, we all have the same enemies, rather, the same enemies of fear, complacency, ego, procrastination, self-doubt. And the Rare Breed Academy, we rare breeds, we defeat that enemy within. Because at the end of the day, we're all battling the lesser version of ourselves. We're all battling those scared voices that say that we can't get it done. But you need to start listening to the sacred voice, not the scared voice, but the sacred voice that's telling you you already built for it. I know Trent's about to say a prayer. Remember this: if God called you to slay giants, He already gave you the strength to do so. You already you just got to know it. You got to know it, and you got to trust it. So if you can defeat the enemy within, no enemy on the outside can do you no harm. And rare breeds, we beat the enemy. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah, we do, bro. An internal battle, man. It's always an internal battle. I just want to say this prayer, bro, and say that again about if God, say that quote again.
If God calls you to slay giants, He already gave you the strength to do so.
Mm. Whew. That boy Jay, boy, telling you, hey, bro, I appreciate you, dog. Like, I appreciate you for who you are, man. And it feels good to have a brother, you know what I'm saying, that's riding, bro. So, like, and I'll tell you this every day. You inspire me, man. You inspire the world, and you keep me motivated, bro. You keep me disciplined, everything. It's good to have somebody you can think, man, dang, I'm getting up, but I already know my brother up too getting it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, bro.
Back at you.
All right, baby. Maya right here. She came out here. So I want to say a quick prayer, man, really quick. There's a person on here, Patricia, and I don't know if she's on here anymore. Hey, turn it off, baby. Turn it off. I don't know if she's on here anymore, but I know that her family is going through a lot. Her father, I think, mother and brother all were in the ICU in the hospital, dealing with COVID, different things, man. So I saw her commenting on here. I don't know if she's on here or not, but I just want to say a quick prayer so we can bow our heads and just lift her up. Dear God, I want to pray for Patricia and her family. I want you to throw down blankets of comfort, of peace, of just not even understanding, but just trust. Because I know how hard it is. We know how hard it is when things aren't going our way, when certain things happen that don't make no sense, and we're trying to understand and we can't understand, and it continues to hurt. But we know with your word that you are closest to the brokenhearted. You rescue those that are crushed in spirit. I ask that you rescue Patricia. I ask that you rescue anybody on this live tonight that might be going through it. I pray that you disarm any enemy. I pray that you disarm any thought, any fear, any idea of them not being enough, and let them know and remind them through your word, through your spirit, through your love, that they are enough because you created them enough. I just also want to pray for clarity in the minds of those that tonight that might have trouble sleeping because there's so much confusion flooding their life, so much pain flooding their life where it's hard to sleep because they can't find peace. Lord, just give them the rest that they need in their soul to know that the battle is not theirs, the battle is yours, and you will carry them through, because we know when there's only one set of footprints, it didn't mean that you left us, it means that you're carrying us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right.
Just love you, bro. Everybody, you see the heart this man has, as am I. Join the Rare Breed Academy and ride with people who really have your back to help you get to the greatest version of you. We with you.
Let's get it.
Amen.